Yo, welcome. It's Friday, it's time for another live stream. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter live stream than usual. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I think at least. I said that last week as well, but it ended up being a 4 or 5 hour live stream anyway. But I am probably gonna stream a little bit shorter than I usually do. I've been sick the whole week, basically. I'm feeling a little better now, so I'm just gonna still stream. I had been working, what was it, Sunday and Monday, and it was super busy, and I came home at Monday evening, and I had eaten dinner, and after that I was completely drained, and I just didn't feel like doing anything in the past week, so, but I'm feeling slightly better now, so, we're still gonna stream. I don't really feel like making a track, to be quite honest. So I'm just gonna continue doing the sound design stuff that we did last week. That was really fun actually, and I went through the samples that we made last week. I bounced them all to audio, so I have them all in my sample folder now. And I think I'm just gonna make some more stuff, and maybe we'll just get started with maybe doing something with those atmosphere samples that I made. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But welcome. I hope you're all doing great. And let's see, let me switch. Yeah, so I'm not gonna turn the webcam on right now, but that's just, I feel like, well, I still feel a bit shit, and I look like shit, basically. So, no webcam today, boys. Let's see, I see a couple of familiar names. Welcome back. And one lonely Russian person in the chat. Sorry, but I don't speak any Russian, so if you would like to speak English, then I know what you are saying. Otherwise, I don't really understand what you're saying. Hey, Gabor. Coming in. Well, I think at least. Let's wait for... Is there gonna be a message? No donation message? What is going on? No alert? Well, oh, there we go. Thanks, Gabor, for the 1,000 Hungarian... What was it again? Forints? Something like that. Thanks a lot, man. Let's see. Good evening. Yeah, good evening too. It's evening for me too, man. Or at least evening is just getting started, so. Hey there, missed a few streams. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm doing okay, you know. Just felt a little bit sick, but that was basically it. Nothing too crazy. Life has been hectic. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's totally crazy right now. And the thing is, like, I work in a store, and normally we would have, like, the amount of money that we get as that we make as the store right now is like twice what we normally would make on one of the best days of the year, and we have that now every single day. That's how busy it is. It's like ridiculous. We're on like lockdown or whatever it is. It's like half of a lockdown basically. And people are advised to not go out to stores unless it's really needed, like unless you really have to get that thing. And our store is just busy, super busy every day. It's like totally crazy. So I don't know, maybe it was just that, you know, I had basically worked 2 days in a row, and it was both days just super busy. And after the second day, I just felt completely drained. So maybe it was just that, you know? I don't know, something like that probably. Basically, short story, I felt like shit in the past week, so I didn't really do anything music-wise, and didn't really bother opening my doll, so this is actually the first time I'm opening my doll this week. Yeah, it's crazy, like, are people absolutely stupid? Well, it looks like it, because for some reason, I mean, I get it. I work in a, what is it called? Here in the Netherlands, we would say a DIY store. So it's like a construction store, right? A hardware store, whatever it's called. And it's just like, I get it in a way, you know. All these husbands who are always telling their wives like, "Oh yeah, I'll fix that thing, someday." And now they're all at home, and wife included. So there's no excuse anymore to not do the thing that they wanted to do 3 months ago, or that they should have done 3 months ago. So now they all go to the store. That's basically what happens. And people were just sitting at home and just want something to do, basically, and they see like, oh, that store is still open, and they'll just go to the store just to have a reason to go out, which is like, I don't really think that's the smartest decision. Yeah, I mean, I get it in a way, but is it like, is it smart? Not really. But yeah, so that's I it's been crazy there, so maybe that's just been what happened. I don't know. Doesn't really matter though. We're still here. um yeah, I think I'm just gonna do some more sound design. Did I? Yeah, I turned it off. Okay. So I was doing a whole bunch of sound design in the key of D. So let's do some more in the key of D. And I'm just gonna take Omnisphere again, because that was pretty interesting. Well, we got some pretty interesting stuff from Omnisphere last week. Okay, let's see. Let's just go back into here, and I'll take one of those sample layers again, because that was pretty fun last week. Like all kind of weird samples that you have in here. You know what? I'm just gonna randomize this thing and just see what we get. See, like, what is that? A magnetic marimbula. Okay, it's just a weird sound. I want something with, like, more textural kind of thing. Soundscape-ish kind of thing would be nice. Or some vocal thing would also be cool. Ghost in the Machine. That sounds interesting. Yeah, like I said, that sounds interesting. Okay, what can we do with this? Let's see. First of all, let's see what the granular thing is gonna do to it. See, that already piques my interest. Let's see. Wild. Okay, yeah, that's pretty wild. Let's see, what did I do last week to make it start from here? Okay. Hmm. Yeah, that could be nice. Let's first set up a track to record this. Output of track 15. And then I can just start messing around with whatever is in here, and then just record the output. Let's do that. It's pretty quiet, I know, but... Yo, boys, welcome. I see you in the chat. Okay. There's some sounds in here. There was like a couple of risers in there and stuff. That's nice. So weird, like layer, but again, I like that. Last week I had all kinds of weird layers, so that was really cool. Yeah, this is again a weird sound design stream. Yes, you've seen that right. I just I kind of like it, you know. Last week was really fun. We had a lot of fun. Like, if you weren't here last week, I can show you what I made. There were like a whole bunch of weird sounds. All kinds of stuff like that. It was pretty fun. And that's great for like using later in tracks, so I'm not really worried about working on a track right now. I'm just making samples. And I might put some of these in sample packs as well. I'll take out the good bits and then put those in like a sample pack. Like all kinds of stuff. I think this one was pretty nice. Yeah. This one was really nice. Some great atmosphere in this one. And then this weird one, of course. All kinds of weird texture, granular stuff. What the fuck? Did you hear that part? You could actually make that into part of a track. Have it like as a stabby sound of a drum bass track. Maybe put like a synth behind it. There's like so many ideas in those sounds. It's like that's the beauty of this whole process. I love doing this, and actually, I'm not sure if you follow him. Most of you probably do, because he's a pretty big music channel on YouTube. Andrew Huang, he actually talked about it today, or earlier this week as well, about something that he didn't do for a very long time, that he now started doing as well, and that is separating his sound design sessions from his production sessions. And that is something I always do as well. I do it, well, I've been telling you guys that a long time already, but that there's so much... Well, it's so good to just separate those sessions and just spend time just making sounds. Don't worry about the tempo. Don't worry about the rhythm. Don't worry about what it's necessarily doing in terms of pitch, or that it is mixed perfectly or anything like that. No, just spend time with your tools and make sounds, and then use those later. And that's so good to do, because when you're just not spending time, you know, worrying about the track itself, you're basically just focused more on the sound itself and making the actual sounds. And you can also just get carried away, you know, and just do all kinds of weird shit that you probably wouldn't do if you're actually working on a track. Just for the sake of why not? See what happens. And that's great. So now we have that file. I'm thinking, what if I put that... What was it? Native instruments. Which one did I really like? I think it was Flare, right? It was that flanger, I think, that I really liked, because you could tune that. Yeah, that's this one. Okay, let's use that again. Set up another track. Output of track 16. Let's just apply that to this loop that I just recorded. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll just record it right now. And you know what? Let me put a saturator on it as well. Are you for fucking real? I forgot to pitch it. It was pitched to C the entire time, while we're actually working in D. Well, I guess we have a weird sound then. There's some stuff in here. That was kind of cool. There was some stuff in there that was cool. But I did not tune it to the right key though. I think I'm gonna put some reverb on it and then resample it. It is actually a flanger. Yeah, it is actually a flanger. It's not a frequency shifter, but it is a flanger. But a really weird one, because you can tune it, which is quite interesting. You can tune it, and then it has these different modes of how you can scan through the voices of the flanger. So that's really nice. And then you have that option here to tune the voices to particular harmonics, which is really cool. So, or particular notes, like minor 7 for instance, and then you can see those voices move around, and in this you can kind of scroll through the voices, which is really cool. I discovered this one last week. I was like, holy shit, this is really cool. Yeah, it is a flanger. And thanks for the sub, whoever that was. I saw a message, but I didn't hear any sound. Oh yeah. I turned those off because otherwise it would get too mad. Let's take well, a little bit less on the saturator, because then I'm gonna put some reverb on it. Let's do just a Valhalla room, and I'll put it in front of the flanger, I think. Oh yeah! Immediately. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start on a low pitch. See, it's now basically still in D, but it's becoming a D minor 7th. Well, I should do it on this mode, but with this mode you can kind of scan through the voices as opposed to hear them all at the same time. But you can still kind of hear that underlying D note, which is really cool. I really like Vintage Verb because it has the most options basically, and it has the built-in EQ as well. Let's go to a higher D note now. Let's take regular minor. I still like that last mode the most. Let's go even higher to D4. I guess that's a nice sound. Was that it? Okay, yeah, that. Well, I guess that's two more sounds. Two more layers. What else can I do with that Omnisphere? Let's see. Take this off and that. Let's go back into the browser. Let's see what else we can find. Iceland. What does that sound like? Well, welcome Kira. And that makes two of us, because I wasn't feeling too great either in the past week, so welcome, and I hope you get well soon, basically. Couldn't you just force the D more with a peak on an equalizer? Yeah, I mean, I still have the other file as well. I think. Or did I remove it? It doesn't really matter, but I could have, but I mean, it's better to just have it, you know, in the right key to begin with. Let me turn on some light here. Yo. You guys don't see it, but it's getting a bit dark out here. Okay. Are you actually playing D2 or middle C and tuning it to D? No, I'm playing a D note. The sample that I made, that I then fed through the flanger plugin, was made with a D note. So if I open up this this MIDI clip here, you can see that the note is D2, right? So That's basically what I'm using the Omnisphere here to create a sound first, and that sound is then, you know, used to make something else with, which is always a fun way of doing things. Percussion. That's always interesting for granular stuff. Come on. Well, I wanted it to be more interesting than that, but let's see. Oh, we have presets here. That's always interesting. Let's take some weird preset. What do we have? Vertigo. Yeah, sounds cool. See, so is Omnisphere worth getting? Well, I think I'm gonna say yes. It's pretty nice. You know, you can do so many weird things with it. You know, like I said, you can just take shimmering drone shift or whatever that is. See, it's just literally... That is what I'm feeding into it, and this is what comes out. It's so good. And there's so many sounds in it. It's like, yeah. I really like it. I really like it. I use it a lot for like just sound design and just making sounds. Especially for atmosphere sounds, but it's great for other things as well. Like it comes with a lot of good, like, you know, just instruments and stuff like that. It has a lot of pads, a lot of synth sounds, human voices, all kinds of stuff. And there's all kinds of, you know, expansions you can get for it as well. I don't have that many expansions for Omnisphere, to be honest. I do have the Trillion expansion, which has like all kinds of bass instruments, so like bass guitars and such. But it's a really nice synth. That sounds kind of cool. Kind of like the sound of that. Some low frequency ring going on, but I don't care. That could become part of the sound. Let's make it a little louder. Yeah, let's record that. Stop. Let's record this, and I'm just gonna play around again with this. Alright, it's like, you know, just having percussion running through this is really cool. Oh, there's also granular presets. Okay. Cool. There's so many windows in here as well, like all these different options, because right now it's literally just a recording of some percussion sound. What it looks like, it's like well, it looks like some kind of a vase, whatever that's called, a pot, and then somebody tapped it, and then I'm running that through the Granular engine to create all kinds of weird sounds. And that is then run through the effects, which I've just taken some kind of a spacious preset, which looks to be a delay, a tape saturation, and a reverb. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. This sounds pretty dope. Now we only have one grain. One voice, basically. It's... That's cool. Need more grains. When it loops again, then it's gonna be different again. That's weird with this Granular engine. I'm not sure why it doesn't. See? And now we suddenly have something really weird. Okay. That's some weird stuff happening in there. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to use that in some way, but... you think Kilohertz is gonna put a Granulizer in Faceplant? Yes, absolutely. They've actually, in a previous live stream that they did, they actually said that they were really interested in doing that. It's just that they are, you know, working things out probably on how to properly implement it. It is definitely something that a lot of people have been requesting that are part of the beta team, so I actually requested it as well, and they said that it was something that was definitely on the to-do list, so would be really cool. I agree, having a granular module, like a granular sampling module inside of Faceplant would be really cool. I'm not sure when they'll, you know, have something like that done. I really don't know, but it is definitely something that I have been asking for. I really think it would be cool to have. Pool of skin, what does that sound like? Let's take off the effects real quick. Okay. What if we... That's some fucking sub layer. Am I hearing it with something else? No. Well, I would say I am. Oh yeah. There's a very small part of something else. Yeah, I really think it would be cool too. But yeah, like I said, I really don't know when that is on the planning to be added. But it is something that it's definitely being talked about. Didn't even knew those were in Omnisphere. Nice. Might have to use Omnisphere for those every now and then as well. Run it through some effects. I love these effects engines as well. They're so nice. Oh, no. Let's turn ambient spaces. What do we have here? Combined with the granular stuff, it's usually really nice. Oh yeah, and there's also this. Which on this sound doesn't really do anything, but on some sounds, this slider really does a lot on certain sound sources. Let's see if I can find something like that. I'm not sure which one of those do that. There's a bunch of sound sources that have like really interesting things happening when you change that slider. Not that one. I'm not sure which one of those. Probably more like... Glitchy drone. And I have a picture of bees. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of glitchy. See what these presets do. Interesting. Basically turns it into a rise, which is kind of cool. Oh, whoa. How do they do that? That's really interesting. How do they do that? Don't know. Like, can you record some kind of movement? That's interesting. Not sure how they do that, how they achieve that. I don't think it loads automation, right? Let's see. Or that it loads, God damn it, where do you see that? Here? Go out of here. Modulation. No, see, there's no modulation going on, so... Not sure where that movement is coming from, to be honest. But apparently you can do some kind of movement as well in here. Oh, maybe it's just that wild setting that does crazy movement. Anyways. Every time I start it, it also has different voices at different spots, which is also interesting. Let's see what these effects do. Let's take a different effects chain. Beyond the horizon. That sounds interesting. Yeah, we get a nice long tail to it. Let's do this. Let's move this all out of the way. Let's record this one. It likes my right ear. Now we have voices all over the place. It's gonna get weirder. I like it. That's in detuning. Don't know what the gliding does, but let's turn it up. Slow it down. So if I go to like 0.5, then it's like stationary at the same spot, or technically speaking. Not sure why these voices still move around, but see, it's kind of stationary now. It doesn't really move in a particular direction, whereas if I do this, they start moving right, see? And if I go past halfway point, they start moving back. It's a really interesting sound design tool, and we can combine it with like stuff like the ring shifter. You know, to get more spooky tones. We also have an FM oscillator, which is also pretty cool. It'll come into play when it loops again, so play with this a bit. Now we get the FM. Which is not really usable, to be quite honest, in this situation. Yeah, okay. We'll stop it. I don't really need that part. But like what was in front of it was actually pretty cool. That ring modulator part was actually really interesting. That had some cool textures to it. Where was it? Here. That sounds quite spooky. That's like some spooky background ambience. Can anyone kind of break down what ring mod is from a newbie standpoint? Ooh, to be honest, I don't really actually know what it, well, what the technical things behind it are. I think it's some kind of modulation on the volume of a sound, but I'm not entirely sure if it's the volume. It's not modulation on the pitch, it's also, well, it's also not modulation on the volume, because then it would be, oh no, I think it is. I think it is on the volume, although that would also make it AM. I think AM and RM are pretty similar, but there's still a difference between them. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, to be honest. But it sounds cool. And that's all you gotta know, right? It sounds nice. So what else can we do? Let's see. I can load up a pad. Just a random pad. Cluster phonic strings. Sounds interesting. Let's take that one. I'm gonna make this a little bit longer as well. Take that saturator off for now. See if we can make some kind of a pattern here. Could also drop these on A and A sharp. Now I need some kind of an interesting pad. Preferably with only one layer, that would be nice, so that I can put like another, well, I have 4 layers now, but don't want a super dense pad, just some kind of a low layer. Sounds kind of cool. Yeah, that's nice. That is like a nice layer. And then let's add another layer on top of it. Let's take layer C, so that it's a blank layer. Let's take some kind of a sound source here. I think a textural sound is gonna be cool here. Haunted records, why not? First one that comes up. And then let's just then we'll have that pad layer on at the bottom, and I can even put this one back on as well. See, so I'm just adding this layer now to it. And this might become too low, so what I can do is I can, for instance, say, bring this up 2 octaves. So we got that layer on top. And I will shape this a little bit, so we got a slow attack. And a really slow release as well, so it kind of blends into each other. That's always really fun. See, so it starts slow and comes up. And I can just browse through here, find other sounds like... See, maybe I want to add that to the pad. Just turn the pads back on. But I think this one is kind of cool. And like I said, I don't want a super busy pad underneath it, so I'm going to turn that B layer off. That sounds better. Let's do one like that as well. And then maybe one with the lower note an octave up. Yeah, why not? What's the BPM? The project temp was set to 172 beats per minute, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not making a track right now. I'm just making sounds. So it doesn't matter at all what the tempo is. Anyways, now I can also, for instance, say, run this through the granulizer. See, so pretty easily we can turn this into a really interesting sound. But even without the granular layer, it already sounds pretty interesting. Like, we don't necessarily need the granular layer on this. We could also maybe try... Ooh, let's try the unison. Just add that to it. Here we get... like a wider texture layer. And then there's also the harmonizer, which is really interesting. The harmonizer is really cool. Basically just makes a chord out of it, which is really fun. Don't really go through these that much, but Fat City, what does that sound like? Sure what this does. Oh, this just pans it. It just duplicates the voice and then pans it. Oh, and it detunes it. Nice. Let's just record this again. Play around with this layer. Maybe I'll switch it out for some other layers during this whole thing. And let's see what comes out of it. Okay, that one was kind of cool. What else I can find? Turn that bottom layer off. Like so many sounds in here. Oh, here's more settings. Holy shit. Like everything, every time I play around with this, I just find new things. So much stuff you can do with Omnisphere, it's crazy. Such a nice synth. Voice from the moon. Let's go to maybe a different category. Sound effects and noise. Why not? There's really interesting these kind of sounds as well. Here. These noises coming from the piano while burning. This version has all the microphones in use. The wooden parts of the piano burn and fall down in small pieces and ashes. So they basically just burn the piano? I don't know. And you can use that as a sound source, for instance. They run that through the Granular engine. All kinds of weird shit. Oh, that's nice. What if we add that to a pad? Then this pad, modified, whatever that means. Just gonna set it to a low pass filter. Weird. Distortion. What is that gonna sound like? We're gonna have some heavy sounds in here. Oh yeah. Not really feeling that layer anymore. Let's get rid of that track. I did record some new sounds here, and I had this one. I can run it through. Sounds pretty cool with these effects as well. Okay. What kind of sound should I make next, boys? Let me know. Let me read through the chat a little bit. Yeah, chat has actually been a little quiet. Oh, there's only 37 people watching. Guess not everybody is interested in sound design. Oh well, I like it. What kind of sound can we make else? Hey Jim, welcome. Haven't seen Sandman Pro in a while. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let me swap out the Faceplant for... let me swap that out for... yeah, what should I put through Sandman Pro? I could take one of those files I made. Or I could just put a new Omnisphere on a track. Sandman Pro is pretty nice, yeah. I always forget about that sick delay, because it's really good. What's going on Discord? Oh, not sure. Something in the City Skylines group. Yeah, like take maybe ooh, let's take a voice. Let's take a human voice. Let's run that through whatever that Sandman Pro is gonna do. Not sure what. Tuvan Mill High. It's really low. Oh yeah. I bet if we run that through Sandman Pro, it's gonna be really fucking weird. Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Unfiltered audio, Sandman Pro. And I'll keep this one open. Let me actually sort it by name, because there's a bunch of other ones that are pretty cool. There's like all kinds of different ones for those Tuvan kinda. Let's see what this one is gonna do. We can't lock this, right? That's the only downside, that you can't really lock the mix knob, but it doesn't really matter too much. Hey, I'm always up for weird stuff, so let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Always fun. Make a track. Do track 17. Because, like, processing voices is usually pretty interesting, right? You get, like, all kinds of weird stuff. So, let's see what happens. And I can even run this through the Granular thing as well. When I have a good preset in here, then go back here, maybe run it through the Granular engine. See what happens. That already is... Okay, the sample is not longer than that. Okay. So that is... okay. Let's see. That was actually pretty cool. That was actually not that bad at all. I'm going to put an arpeggiator on it. So it just re-triggers every... well, I'll do it with the notes itself. Just restart this note every beat. Yeah, every beat. Or no, not every beat. Every 8 bars. So we don't get a large piece of silence. No, that was actually pretty cool though. Could work for like a intro, maybe process it even further, and then like you get that stuttery part and then the non-stuttery part, which is really nice. It's a little bit delayed because the mix is up, but we can fix that later. Okay, let's record this. We're gonna make this one really weird. Let's see what happens. What the hell? There we go. Ooh, that's some sup. Damn. That's low. And then there was silence. Interesting. I'll stop it. Why is there no picture? Oh, somebody broke the message again? Oh no, it's not. It didn't read out the message though, and I didn't see who made the donation. What the hell? Moment. Let me check. Let me check. I hope my phone app updates. Did anybody see who made the donation? I couldn't see it. God damn it. Why didn't it show up on screen? Let me open up Streamlabs on my phone. Events. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work. Doesn't update. Okay, it was DSK. Well, thanks a lot. And, oh wait, I see it. It was €5.17. Thanks a lot for the donation, man. I'm not sure why the voice didn't read out your message though. Like normally it reads up the message out loud, and it didn't. Not sure why. But thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. We're just doing some really weird sound design right now, and I'm having quite a lot of fun with it, so I had to stop it though, but I'll go back into it with this same sound, but maybe a different, let's see, different one of these. Try this one. It's so weird. I could also maybe drop it down. Ooh. Nice. You know what? Let's go low octave, high octave. Let's press record. Sounds spooky, yeah. I like it. Let's find a different delay preset. Oh, nice, wait. Lock parameters, lock the mix. Set that to 100%, nice. Here, totally random glitchy sounds. You can just let this run and it's just gonna give you randomized glitches. This plugin is so good, Sandman Pro. It's just gonna create randomized things now. And if you think from what, it's coming from some kind of a Tuvan vocal sound, so...
And there's all kinds of fun sounds in there. It's so fun. Like, what the fuck is that? What the hell? That's weird. Okay. Those were some weird sounds. Some... Again, sounds that could be pretty useful for, I don't know, maybe an intro. Should I just try making something with some of the atmosphere sounds that I made in the past week and then today? Let me first grab something to drink. I can try making something, you know. I can try making something. all of that is made in D. So, you know, before I do that, I am going to export these real quick. So, yeah, I'm just gonna call them all the same name probably, just a number. Let's see, was it that? So this is gonna be a little boring, but we're gonna have to do this real quick. So we'll just call it, yeah, that is pretty much a good name. 3. Just gonna have to bounce these real quick so that I have them all as samples in my folder, not all in this project anymore. Let's clean it up a bit. So if there's any questions, right now is a good moment to ask your questions. Also, if you're watching right now, I see that there's not that many people watching. But if you're watching and you want to be a member of my Discord server, then check out the invite link below the live stream. There's a invite link in the description of the live stream if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Twitch, you can find the invite link if you scroll down. So just scroll down and there should be an invite link there. You know what? I'll grab one from the Discord server real quick and drop it in the chat. That's probably easier. I'll do that so that everybody has the link if you want to join. So yeah, if you have a question, this is a good moment because we're gonna have to wait a little bit. Just bounce these samples real quick. Some of these might take a little bit of time. Ta-dun, ta-dun. Come on, fire away, boys. Let's call this one 5. And you know, I'm probably gonna go through here, through these samples at some point and just grab like the nicest sounding parts and then put those in the sample pack, because I have been thinking about making a new sample pack for drum and bass. And a lot of these sounds could be great for drum and bass. Like, I could use these sounds to make samples with for the sample pack, if you get what I mean. Just take bits and pieces of these and kind of arrange them in a way so that you get like a usable pad out of it. Because right now a lot of these samples are not necessarily usable the way they are right now. You know, it's more like there are all kinds of random stuff in there, and some parts sound really nice and other parts don't. So I would definitely go through here and just find the bits that sound really nice and then use those to make samples with for a sample pack, for instance. It's been a while since I put out a sample pack, so I have been thinking about making a new one, and especially now with as well Faceplant being released, I'm thinking of including like a couple of preset folders as well for like presets for Faceplant, maybe some presets for Serum, because I bet, you know, those are kind of the sins that a lot of people have. So I might throw some Ableton sampler presets in there as well, because, you know, I have some good sounds that I can make with the sampler, and I might put some of those in the pack as well. And then of course just your regular stuff, you know, like bass sounds, one-shots, loops, a lot of drums, you know, because I mean, my older Neurofunk drum pack was pretty nice, right? A lot of people liked it, but I think now I would do different drums, so I probably would make a new drum folder as well, create some new drum breaks, create some new percussion loops, record new sounds, I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. And this is like, all these sounds that I made in this stream and the stream from last week are like great sounds that I can use for the Atmosphere category. Because the last sample pack that I did with Black Octopus Sound was just a drum sample pack, and this one I really wanted to be focused more on like drum and bass as a genre, you know, so it's gonna include everything, so from Atmosphere to bass sounds to drums to, you know, all kinds of stuff. So did you do a stream earlier this week that I missed? No, I didn't. Last time I streamed was last week Friday. I think we only have one file left after this, so we're almost done. Are you using the Arturia pigments? No, I don't. I've seen it as a synth and it looks really good, but you know, I have so much plugins already that I don't really see a necessary need to get it. Other than, you know, making videos about it. If I had it, I would make videos about it probably, but I already have a bunch of synths that I, you know, make videos about, and right now I don't really do that many videos because I'm just working on music a lot. Oh, we have 2 more files. But when I have the new music done, and that's definitely coming up soon because I'm really getting close. It's just that I've been sick in the last week. Otherwise I would have been working on some of the tracks. I might do, if I'm feeling better, totally better again, like next week or something, I'll do like probably a stream, maybe touching up some of the projects that that I still have from like earlier in this quarantine time, because a bunch of those are almost done, and I just need to touch things up. You know, most of them just need like variation added to the second drop. I think one of the tracks I just need to make the second drop still. I was debating if I wanted to keep that one health time in the second drop, or if I wanted to go drum and bass in the second drop. And I think I might want to try out a drum and bass drop for that second drop. So I might do that, one of those tracks, next week. Don't you write mainstream? No, I don't. I don't necessarily write any mainstream kind of music, like mainstream EDM or something like that. I have done it in the past when I was starting out with making music, but you know, my passion has always been drum and bass. From when I grew up, I always went to drum and bass parties, and it was just that when I started making music, my knowledge was just not on the level that I was able to make drum and bass music, you know, and the same thing when I see people starting out making music, I always advise you to just, you know, maybe make a hip hop beat first, or maybe make a simple house track or something like that, because that is a lot more simplistic in terms of the arrangement and how the track works than, for instance, a heavy drum and bass track with a lot of intricate details and kind of stuff. Not putting down mainstream music like house music or hip hop, because I love certain styles of those kind of genres. It's just that it's, for a beginner, it's really easy to get into, as opposed to, for instance, some half-time drum and bass with heavy, weird sound design, and you know, it's a lot more detailed kind of stuff. So, but I mean, if you're already like past that stage, then yeah, drum and bass, great. Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands, from the city of Rotterdam. Do you produce full-time or just a hobby? It's, well, not totally full-time, but very close to it. Let's say I spend more time making music and working with my DAW, and not just necessarily making music, but just, you know, doing music production related things, and that can be things like helping other people getting their track sound better. You know, sometimes people will contact me and say like, yo, can you help me out with this track? Sure. I mean, I can definitely help you out with a track if you pay me for it. That's, I mean, I'm not gonna be that expensive, but just a little payment is always nice, for my time, basically. But I'll, you know, help people making the track sound better if needed, or make videos about music production. So it can be all kinds of things, right? It's not just making music. And I also have, like, of course, my sample packs and the sales from those. Yeah, and a whole various bunch of things. And streaming, of course, I like streaming. And right now I'm definitely doing more music production than working on my YouTube videos, for instance. But that's just because I want new music done, and it's time that I start releasing some stuff. So, right now I don't really feel too well still, so I'm not gonna be working on, you know, the fine intricate details of the tracks that I still have that are almost done, because that's literally just getting into the finer details of the track, and I don't really feel like my mind is that, you know,
that clear at the moment to be able to do that kind of stuff. So that's why we're just doing some sound design today. How old I am? I am 31. Okay. So, I have a whole bunch of sounds now, made from, well, yeah, all kinds of stuff. That one sounds pretty cool. How do you approach creating a sample pack? Well, pretty similar as to what I was doing just now. It kind of depends what kind of sound I'm going to make. If I'm, for instance, gonna make bass one-shots, then I would probably first start with creating a patch that has a nice sound to it, so a bass patch with a synth, and also set the patch up in such a way that I can automate certain parameters really easily, so map macro knobs to certain parameters so that you can change the sound of the bass, for instance. And then I would just maybe create a 1-bar or a 2-bar section and then just loop that, and while I'm doing that, just, you know, start playing with those parameters so that the sound changes. And then later I would go through, and from that long recording I can then make, you know, shorter bass one-shots by just taking the best pieces and just, you know, using those. And you can also, you know, then play around with maybe different pitches or pitch bends in the bass sample. But like, if I'm making bass sounds, for instance, then I definitely want to make sure I have a whole bunch of different variations on the same sound if I'm going to put them in a sample pack, because that makes them a lot more usable as opposed to having just one variation on that sound, right? So if you have like let's say 20 different sounding variations on the same sound in one sample pack, that's a lot more useful, because that you could use those 20 sounds and create an entire drop out of it. And when you only have one, it's still usable, right? Because from one, let's say 4 sample bass sound, you could still make a whole bunch of different bass sounds by just placing it into a sampler, maybe putting it into Faceplant and resampling it that way. You can do all kinds of things with it, but having multiple variations of it is a lot more useful. So when I make sample packs, I definitely think about it that way. And also when I'm, for instance, making drum samples, set up a rack, for instance, with like a good synth layer as the sub for the kick drum, for instance, and then have a sampler with a sample in it for the top end of the kick drum, and then you can easily swap out the sample in the sampler to create different sounding kick drums. And you can set up the sampler, for instance, to have a pitch envelope, same with the sub layer, and you can then map that all to, for instance, macros in an instrument rack, and that way you could, for instance, make 20 different sounding kick drums in a really short amount of time by just using that rack, right? And that makes it a lot easier to create a sample pack. And then also when you're making a sample pack, well, one other good thing is to be organized. Make a good folder structure and name all the samples correctly. Like one thing that I hate so much from sample packs is when the creators don't put the tempo in the file name or don't put the key in the file name. That is so annoying. And also, when you put the key in the file name or the tempo, put it at the start of the file name of the file name and not at the end, so that when you sort it on name, it will sort it on tempo first. I always do first, if the sample has a particular tempo, I first put the tempo, so for instance 172, and then a lowest score, and then I'll put the key, another lowest score, and then I'll put the title of the actual sample. That's what I do. So the D would be the note the sample is. So that could be D or F or anything. Could also be chord, for instance, if it's a particular chord. But that way, when you then sort the samples on name, it'll first sort them on tempo, and then it'll sort them on the right pitch. So you will have all the samples in the key of F, for instance, in one nice list underneath each other. When you put them at the end of the file name, you don't get that, and that's sometimes really annoying, because then you'll have a sample pack and you'll open up the folder with like synth one-shots, and there's one-shots in all kinds of different keys, but they're all over the place. It's like the first sample is in the key of G, then the second sample is in the key of A, and that's really annoying, right? You can't really sort them by key that way. So always put them at the front of the file name. So that's also stuff that's really important when you're making sample packs, to think about that kind of things. Thanks On Beats for the compliment. And I've been producing quite a long time. More than 15 years at least. 15 years, not 50. I wish that was possible. Yeah, so I could put, for instance, one of those sounds into a sampler. Put it on D2 so it's in the right key. And I could, for instance, start making, yeah, some kind of an intro maybe with this. That is already a nice start to an intro. It's that simple, literally. See, that could be the start of our intro. This is 16 bars already? Yeah, that's 16 bars. Okay. Let's go for what kind of a track? Let's loop that. Let's say next 16 bars. We're gonna have some kind of a drum pattern coming in. I have a whole bunch of drum sounds in here, drum loops, so I can always go to those. Take a different one actually. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Rhythm like that. I'm kind of... With this I can kind of figure out what kind of a rhythm I would like to do. Let's loop that, or make it twice as long, and then I'm gonna replace this second one here with just a just one hit. And then this one, let's do that. That's a pretty nice first sound. Now I'm thinking of doing some processing to it. Let's see what we can do with this. First thing to always try is putting distortion on it. I do kind of like that shape though, it's interesting sound. Does kind of distort it a bit, but let's see what else we can do with this. Make some pretty weird stuff with this. Whoa, what the hell? That's weird. Oh, that's weird. Kind of like the sound of that. It's like a weird intro drum layer. Does need to be processed a bit. And maybe try putting some reverb on it as well. So, is this entire clip? It does a pretty good job at finding the warp markers. Let's see. There might be one where it hasn't. Let's see where it hasn't found a marker. I think there's one. Yeah, right here. Let's add a warp marker here, or a transient marker I should say. So then I can switch all of these to the beats mode. Let's see what happens if I pitch them down. Reverb is not really gonna stay, I don't really like that, but... I do kind of like it as like a layer maybe in the intro. Let's see. Let's record this one real quick. I want the output of track 16. And let's do another version with the pitch just at the normal pitch. I'll set it to the repitch mode so we don't get any glitchy kind of things. Okay. And I think it would be nice if I somehow, you know, blend from this one into just regular drums. Let's take this off again. Not sure which one I will use. I kind of like this one. Interesting sounding drum pattern now. Although I think this kind of droney sound would be nice for a bit of a minimal drum and bass track. You know what I could also try out? Adding a pitch envelope to this with a negative pitch envelope, so you get... That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like it without as well. Without is better. Okay, I do think I'm gonna do a different drum pattern though. When I hear that intro, I'm just feeling something else. Let's split this up. Because these drum sounds are pretty good. Don't really feel like making drum sounds right now. Let's take that, that's the snare. Those are the hats. And then there's of course those faster bits. I do want to keep those. Use those as well. Okay, so we have kick, snare, and hat. Let's group those real quick. Call that drums. That's what we needed. Okay. Call that Atmosphere. Give it a funky color. Let's give it that color. Why not? I'll give the drums that color. No, that's too similar. I can get so fucking... I'm always playing around with the colors. Yeah, that looks nice. That would be maybe a 16-bar drum pad in there. Make an audio track, and let's take another one of those files that I made. Oh, that one could also be really cool for another layer similar to this one. Drop this in here. So a lot of similar stuff. That's kind of cool. And then maybe filter that one in. So it starts really low pass. Oh yeah, is it? Oh, it's in the right pitch. It does sound kinda off pitch maybe. Not sure which one is off pitch, if it's this one or the other one. Probably this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's saying A sharp. Okay. It's saying A sharp. And I'm set to D. That means fuck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's E. It's not exactly right, but doesn't really matter too much. There we go. Then filter that in maybe. Let's see what it tells us. Ah, this one is an F. Interesting. Let's put that on F then. There we go. Now they're both in the same page. Okay, we need some other sound to start off the track. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. Got other folders as well, so oh, you know what? I'll just take one of those other atmosphere loops and run it through some reverb. Let's take that. Take a reverb plugin. Let's just take Valhalla Room. Pretty wet, and pretty long as well. Maybe take the size down a little bit. Could be nice. Ooh, I should probably put it in a sampler. That might be nice. Let's put it in a sampler. And then just drop these on this track. Take that sample, drop it in here. Because then we can add a pitch envelope, for instance, at the start to make it, well, more plucky or more transient-like, and then that would be a really nice start to the track. That's a pretty cool sound. I'm not sure if the pitch is exactly right. Doesn't really matter that much. Pretty wet and pretty long, yeah. You know it. Let's take maybe... I'm gonna do that different. Let's just, can I assign the mod wheel to the volume? Yeah. Do that. Okay. And then I can go to the mod wheel here and automate the mod wheel up so that we kind of turn it into a reversed or a riser kind of sound. Like that. Which I can, of course, also do something like this. Thanks a lot.
And everyone else.
Thanks, Medic. And you just had to put €1 more, didn't you? Thanks a lot for the 11 euros. And welcome to the stream. I see a couple of familiar names in the chat now. BSN Beach, Jim, Slaveto. Welcome all. I'm still not exactly feeling... Well, I'm not fully better yet. So I'm just doing some sound design. And I figured we've done some sound design already, and now we are kind of making a bit of a start to a track maybe with this.
Make such weird things out of it. See if I can do something cool with this. Let's try a different fall in this. Could work. Okay, what if I take this off? It starts pretty loud already, right off the bat. Do I need to bring the volume down somewhere? Like if I take this all the way down, that's not gonna work. Maybe if I bring this down. That's better. Maybe if I just do this a little bit. Just do this. So we get more of like, yeah, that kind of reversed kind of sound. That's kind of cool. One more 16, and I'll just continue this. And I think it's also doing something here. Let's see. Yeah. I just want to keep that like that. And some more rise here. Something else that rises. Then maybe cut the drums out here. Oh, and I probably should have done that earlier, adding fades to all of these. Well, it's not that difficult to fix. Just do this, and do that. Like that. You don't like the sound of the track? Well, I mean, it's still getting started. I would probably process these layers
right now it's just a sample being played back, and if I start processing it and automating stuff, you'll get some really interesting results. These are just like the starting layers, and I'm just kind of feeling out where this is, kind of rough sketching it out right now, just feeling what could work and what doesn't. And then make the drums come back, of course. Boom, like that. Now there was another one. It was this one. I'm gonna bring that in here as well, because there was a part in here that had like I don't know, almost like what was it? I don't know exactly where it was. I think it wasn't this file. Yeah, those. That part is really cool. Could also be really nice for a half time track, actually. Yeah, I like sounds like that, man. Just resampling the hell out of it. No, still no cam though. Still no cam. But that's more because I didn't really bother getting dressed properly or anything like that, you know. But that sound would be really nice for a halftime track as well. Bam, 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 bam. It's such a weird sound. Like, I wonder, could I maybe make that come in during the second half here? Probably completely out of time now, but yeah, that's what I mean. But I'll chop it up, and then you can make it work. Such a weird sound. Move those out of the way. Let's see. See if we can clean it up. Like, what are the frequencies on that? Because they do have some kind of a dun 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 dun. It goes from C sharp to C, or from C to B. Yeah, from C to B. I could of course do this. Now it's D sharp to D. Let's see what happens if I process that with maybe a delay or something. Let's try out the Valhalla delay. See what kind of weird stuff we can do with this. Oh yeah, can also try this. That's kind of cool. I can also try. probably take that sound out here and make it come back later again. I guess we need a bass here. Ooh, I really don't feel like making a bass line right now. Making an entire bass sound, but probably for this kind of stuff we don't even need something that complicated. Probably just some kind of a low-pass Reese, right? Put a reverb on it. Why not? Better? Add that to the master tuning so I can do we got like a little transient at the start. Let's go to here. don't necessarily like this LFO, so maybe... I don't really hear it that much right now, only when we go up to higher notes, so let's see what happens if I add a pitch bend. Oh yeah, that's also why this is not set all the way down. We want it to basically that is also really gonna change the rhythm of what is happening here with the bass. I'll just keep it relatively slow. Okay. That's nice. I like that part. Okay, okay, we really need some side chaining right now because otherwise that's really not gonna work out. Let me grab some white noise. Where is it? Noise white. Drop it in here. A really short click. Like that.
That's for the snare. Let's group this one in a group called bass. Let's see. I'm not sure what the level is compared to the drums actually. Oh, the drums are pretty much peaking at 0. Which means the limiter is probably doing quite a bit of work. Yeah. Let me bring these groups down to -8. Ooh, wow. Let's do a quick boost on the drums. Let's just put camel fat on the drums. Camel fat is always nice on the drums. Just... I'm just gonna compress the hell out of it, probably. Try do something interesting. Taking that and mapping it to this. See what happens. Whoa, that's cool. That's cool. You could do some fun stuff with that. Basically what I just did is I took the key tracking here, the note value, and I mapped it to the FM. So on the higher note here, it adds FM. That's pretty cool. And slightly off tune, fine tune it. Kind of interesting. Can also use maybe tried on +7. Weird. Kinda cool. That's kinda cool. Yeah, I kinda like it on the end there.
The rest I don't really like. This part I don't really like, but that part I kind of liked on the end. So that could be for like a fill or something. Let me fix that. Okay, and then I can just copy that. Do this. Oh, this is just a skin that I grabbed from the internet, to be honest. What was it called? Anthracite. I think I forgot who made it. I forgot who made it, but it's a pretty nice skin. It's a really nice looking skin. It comes with a bunch of different like color options. Pretty nice. This one kinda matches the pink here. Let's take this one. Yeah, it's pretty easy to make your own. I saw that Feed Me also released his. The one that he had been working on for a really long time. Okay, let's see. There needs to be more stuff here, of course. Ah, that one is way too loud. Because it's not in this group. That's why. Like, why is it so much louder than the rest? I guess this whole group can use some saturation. Okay, what can we do to these to make them more interesting. Oh yeah, Antidote Audio, that was it. Yeah, it's a pretty nice skin. I really like the look of it, so good job to him. Mm. That is kind of a cool effect. Let's see. Maybe on this layer. Then on the fine instead. So let's see. Let's see what this is gonna sound like. Is kind of cool. That's kind of nice. And then repeating that. That's kind of cool. Kinda like that. Even though you don't really hear much of it in the mix, but I'll put it on this layer as well. So now I can just copy this whole thing, and it's gonna copy it with the automation. So now this layer should do the same. Yeah. Okay, I do still think we need some extra layer underneath this, some kind of a low layer. So I'll take Omnisphere and just grab one of the pads probably. Oh yeah, I haven't really EQ'd anything, so yeah, I still need to EQ everything in this track. Okay, maybe not that bad. It fills it up nicely. Take that, drop it on here as well. Take this, or just take this entire thing, drop that here. And this one, we'll high pass it towards the end. Yeah, we need some kind of a base thing, but I have no idea what. Give the base a different color. Let's try this starting with a sample and then putting that in a sampler and then low passing it to see if I can get like an interesting bass line with interesting movement, with just kind of like a sub baseline, but with interesting movement. Easy way to do it is just starting with a sample that comes from a sample pack, or just something that you made previously, and put that in the sampler. And then just well, this is in F sharp. Let me set that to F sharp. I can put an F sharp note in here. Well, we're in D, so let's put that on a D note. And I could, for instance, yeah, this rhythm is always good. That rhythm is always good in drum and bass. And if I low pass it, let's do this as well. And now by going through here, I can also change it. Now I should listen to it without this. And if I don't like those clicks, other way to get rid of them is just doing this. Yeah, those clicks are just annoying, but you can also try to do this. That works. So you can kind of hear that there's movement in it, right? And I would just find like a good sample then, something to put in here.
Fuck you medic, my spot.
Oh, she even swears. Vanessa. Thanks a lot, Gray, for the €5. Big up. Those are an F. Let's put it on F. See, that's pretty nice, something like that. And just compressing it, not saturating it, because then we're gonna create more harmonics, and I don't want that. I just wanna make it loud. That's kind of cool. Let's try flattening this up, and also let me put a utility on it with a bass mono. Whoa. Okay, that was too much. Kind of works. Let's see. Not. I would probably just put a separate sub under it actually. So just group it. Create another chain. Just put an operator in it. Then we can play around with this one. Give it movement or something. Kind of works. Fuck it, let's saturate it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, not really good. Oh wait, that low pass is on it as well. Yeah, that's too much. Yeah, it's easy to make it muddy. And it's difficult to get something that is not muddy, but if you get it right, it's usually just a matter of EQing. Saturate is not doing anything. This is not doing anything either. Let's take this. Maybe an extra layer on top of it with some other kind of weird noise. By having that pitch envelope, we can kind of change what the movement is doing. Oh, let me turn this back on. That might make a difference. Now we can hear the kick drum actually. Okay, these sounds are probably not gonna happen here because they happen in the intro, the entire intro basically, so they're not gonna be in the drop either. The patch for what? For the bass. The bass is actually really simple. It's all I've done is I've taken just a sine wave. See, just a sine wave, and it's sidechained to the kick and snare. And then on top of it, there's this, which is literally
If we take that off, that is what it is. I think there's also some stuff here. Oh yeah. Just a sample. Just a random sample. Just low pass the hell out of it. Low passed even more. Just to give that sine wave a little bit of movement, you know? Just because otherwise it's literally just that. Which, to be honest, kind of works as well. I could, you know, have this one a little bit quieter in the mix, for instance, that extra layer, just to give it a tiny bit of movement. See, so it's not just that static sine wave, but just gets a little bit more movement, which is always nice. Now I do think I want to add a pitch envelope to this one as well. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to map this to a macro. And then go to this one. I'm going to go here and map this to a macro as well. So they're both the same. I'm not sure if I want to use these drums, to be honest, but the pattern's kind of cool. Like, I'm totally not sure what I want to do for the drop at all, so. Let's add something more here. And work a bit on this section. My mind is still a bit, how do you say it? A bit cloudy from being sick earlier this week, so.
I'll do a different delay. Let's take the Valhalla delay. I like that one a little bit more. Let's see what I'm gonna do with that. I'm not sure if I like this sound. This one.
It's a cool sound, but I'm not sure if I like it in this track, to be honest, but... I thought I turned it off. Get lost. Better already than what it was. Although I don't think it would be nice to start with that sound right away.
Yeah, not sure if I'll use that sound in this way, but don't think that volume is actually doing something. Yeah, I can assign that to here. Now it does something. Let's do about that. That's better. I could put a really long reverb on it. Thank you. Whatever that is. Oh, that's a follow. Thanks for the follow. By the way, I'm gonna stop streaming soon, boys. I've been streaming for a bit now. I think if I would take maybe a really long reverb though, like super long. See, like that. Take the mix all the way down. And then we're gonna use that. So we get... Yeah, shimmer is nice, but this works too. Okay. Now I want it to be a bit more pronounced. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of automating the mix here, like I've done, I'm just gonna cut this automation, do this, group this, assign the mix to macro knob, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a utility after it, assign the gain to the same knob, go in here, and then change this. You can't see that properly because the chat is in front of it, but the gain is basically gonna go from 0 dB to maybe +8 or something like that, and then we'll just automate that. So just drop that automation back. Let's see what it sounds like now. Maybe even more. Let's do plus, fuck it, 16 decibels. Let's make it go from minus something, so it really comes in at the end. Oh, now it's also... Oh yeah, of course. No, I don't want that. I want it at 0. Yeah, see, that's better. So now I can automate that, and then that reverb is being brought up, and if I want, I can go out of map mode, and then I could, for instance, also say, just put an EQ on that track, so I can high pass that reverb, but only that reverb.
See, that really fills out that gap here, and we can kind of use that for the transition. So we basically make the transition out of that other sound that we already have. Just do that. And that can go into a drop. Yeah. Yes, I am going to stop streaming. It's I said it was going to be a short stream, and I ended up streaming for almost 4 hours, so it's not that short. Thanks for being here. If you are watching still and you want to be a member of my Discord community, then I'll grab you guys an invite link real quick. I'll be in the Discord after the live stream as well, so if you want to come hang out and chat about music production, then that is the link you can use to join the Discord server. I'll be back next week with another live stream. I don't know what we're going to be doing next week. I might do what I said earlier this stream, and that is kind of starting to fine-tune or touch up one of the tracks that is almost done, and kind of start working on that, because I really wanna finish a couple of those tracks and put them out, because I've been dying to put out some music, and there's a couple of tracks that are pretty close to done, but just need to get some final details done, you know, and maybe some variation here and there. So I might do that next week if I feel like it, and otherwise we might continue on this one, because this is also turning out interesting. Might as well turn this into a track for that same release as well, because I still want to have a couple of more drum and bass things. It's mostly Half Time so far that I made, and I don't think there's an actual drum and bass track on that within those tracks so far. Maybe one. So yeah, definitely need one more drum and bass track, so this one could be a good one, maybe. Yeah, thanks for being here. Even though I didn't feel completely recovered yet from being sick, I think the stream still turned out pretty alright. Made some pretty interesting sounds, and these are sounds like the sounds we made again today. Those are sounds I will probably end up using for the couple of months still. I can make a bunch of different tracks from these. Like every time I'm gonna make a track and I need an intro, I can just start from one of these. There you have some kind of a sound for an intro. See, it's just... See, we made all kind of cool sounds, so that's definitely useful for making a track. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Like I said, I'll be back again next week. I'll try starting at 8 PM instead of 8:30. Because I was a little late today, but yeah, that was just because I didn't feel too well and I hadn't prepared myself yet. So, I'll be in the Discord afterwards, so if you want to come hang out and have a chat, then feel free to join. If you want to help support, then you can always make a donation like some other people have done during the stream. You can use the link in the description if you're on YouTube. It's a Streamlabs link. And also, you can also make donations through YouTube, of course. If you want to, for instance, get merchandise, that is also a way to help support. You can do... Yeah, and all the links are in the description, by the way, boys. So just if you need something, just check out the description. You'll find the links there, and also to all my social media profiles. What else? Yeah, you can get one of my sample packs or preset packs on Black Octopus Sound, which I'm gonna be working on a new pack as well. I think I might actually put some of the sounds that we made today, or some of the sounds I made last week, in the pack as well, because there were some cool sounds, so might as well put those in.
yeah, anything else? No, there's not much else to say. So I hope you liked today, and I'll see you back.